Have you ever stopped and asked yourself this unsettling question? If you're over 75 and still feel fine, are you absolutely certain your body agrees with you? Most people believe that if they aren't seriously sick, they're aging successfully. But what if one invisible change has already begun, quietly reshaping your future without pain, without warning, and without obvious symptoms? The surprising part is that researchers now believe the answer is found in your medical records. It's hidden inside 8 ordinary things you may do every single day without giving them a second thought. And if you can still do all 8 between the ages of 70 and 80, you may be something increasingly rare in America today. Stay with me, because the final ability isn't what most people expect. In fact, many healthy-looking seniors lose it years before anyone notices, and once it's gone, getting it back becomes far more difficult than most realize. For decades, growing older was treated like an unavoidable decline. People accepted weakness, slower movement, forgetfulness, and dependence as a normal part of aging. But over the last 50 years, scientists have challenged that belief. Researchers such as Dr. Luigi Ferrucci, whose work with the Baltimore longitudinal study of aging transformed how experts measure healthy aging, discovered something remarkable. The biggest difference between seniors and simply age, its function. What you can still do predicts your future far better than the number on your birthday cake. That discovery changed medicine forever. Then another twist appeared. Researchers studying thousands of Americans found that many older adults who considered themselves healthy were already losing important physical and mental abilities years before receiving any diagnosis. The decline wasn't sudden, it was silent. Like water slowly wearing away stone, it happened so gradually that almost nobody noticed until everyday life became harder. But where did it actually begin? The answer takes us back much earlier than retirement. In your 20s and 30s, your body is incredibly forgiving. You can sit too much, skip workouts, eat poorly, sleep less than you should, and still feel energetic. Muscles rebuild quickly, bones remain strong, the heart responds efficiently, the brain forms new connections with remarkable speed. Because your body constantly compensates, you rarely see the cost of unhealthy habits. That is exactly why the real problem hides so well that every decision during those younger years leaves tiny fingerprints on your future. Missing daily movement, ignoring strength training, living under constant stress, choosing convenience over nutrition. None of these habits seem dangerous in isolation, yet together, they slowly build the foundation for how well you will age decades later. Then your 40s quietly change everything. Around this stage of life, muscle mass naturally begins declining unless challenged through regular activity. Researchers estimate adults lose approximately 3 to 8% of muscle every decade after age 30, with the pace increasing after 60. Bone density slowly decreases. Balance becomes slightly less reliable. Blood vessels stiffen. Recovery after illness takes longer. Here's what makes this stage so dangerous. Nothing feels dramatic. Most people still work, drive, travel, and care for their families. Because life continues normally, they assume nothing important is happening. Yet beneath the surface, biological aging is gathering momentum. Then comes the shift after 70. This is the chapter few people prepare for. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, millions of older Americans experience falls every year, and falls remain one of the leading causes of injury-related hospitalization among seniors. But researchers discovered something unexpected. The fall itself usually isn't the beginning of the crisis. It's the result of years of declining strength, balance, coordination, and confidence that went unnoticed. That realization changed how aging experts evaluate health. Instead of asking which diseases someone has, they ask a much simpler question: what can this person still do independently? Now we arrive at the 8 abilities that separate ordinary aging from exceptional aging. The first ability is standing up from a chair without pushing with your hands. This single movement measures lower body strength, balance, coordination, and core stability. If you can still do it comfortably, you're demonstrating far more than strong legs. The second ability is walking at a steady pace without becoming unusually tired. Walking speed has become such an important measurement that many geriatric specialists call it the sixth vital sign. Slower walking often predicts future disability long before symptoms become obvious. The third ability is maintaining balance on one leg for several seconds. This simple challenge reflects communication between your brain, eyes, muscles, joints, and inner ear. Losing balance isn't just about falling. It's often one of the earliest signs that multiple body systems are aging together. The fourth ability is carrying groceries safely from your car into your home. It may sound ordinary, yet it requires grip strength, endurance, posture, shoulder stability, and confidence. Studies repeatedly show that grip strength alone predicts overall health surprisingly well. You may think, we've covered the most important abilities. We haven't. The next four become even more revealing. The fifth ability is managing medications, bills, appointments, and daily decisions without confusion. Cognitive flexibility protects independence. Once decision-making declines, financial mistakes and medication errors often increase rapidly. The sixth ability is recovering quickly after minor illness, travel, or physical activity. Healthy aging isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about bouncing back. Recovery speed reveals resilience that many laboratory tests cannot measure. The seventh ability is maintaining meaningful relationships. Research from long-term American studies consistently shows that chronic loneliness increases the risk of depression, cognitive decline, cardiovascular disease, and premature death. Staying socially connected is not merely emotional support, it is biological protection. Now we reach the final ability. The eighth ability is remaining deeply curious. People who continue learning, reading, solving problems, exploring hobbies, and adapting to new technology often preserve brain function longer than those who mentally withdraw from life. Curiosity keeps neural pathways active. It encourages movement, conversation, purpose, and resilience. In many ways, curiosity becomes fuel for healthy aging itself. Unfortunately, many seniors unknowingly work against these abilities because of outdated advice. For years, older adults were encouraged to avoid lifting weights, avoid challenging physical activity, and simply take it easy. Modern research tells a different story. Safe resistance training, balance exercises, walking, adequate protein intake, and lifelong learning help preserve independence far more effectively than excessive rest. The consequences of ignoring this science extend beyond health. Losing independence often means higher medical bills, expensive home modifications, transportation challenges, caregiver costs, and reduced freedom. One physical decline frequently triggers another, creating a chain reaction that affects nearly every part of life. American health surveys repeatedly reveal the same pattern across millions of seniors. Those who remain physically active, mentally engaged, socially connected, and functionally independent report higher quality of life, lower disability rates, and greater life satisfaction than those who gradually become inactive. The encouraging news is that improvement remains possible. Research continues showing that older adults can increase strength, improve balance, enhance mobility, and stimulate brain function well into their 70s and 80s. The body responds to positive change far longer than previous generations believed. So here are 3 actions you can begin today. First, test your functional fitness honestly. Practice standing from a chair without using your hands. Improve your balance safely near a sturdy support, and make daily walking a non-negotiable habit. Second, challenge both your muscles and your mind every week. Add resistance exercises approved by your healthcare provider. Learn a new skill, read something unfamiliar, or solve puzzles that force your brain to adapt. Third, protect your relationships with the same seriousness you protect your blood pressure. Call family members, meet friends, volunteer, or join community activities. Social engagement strengthens both emotional and physical health. Now here's one evidence-based warning you should never ignore. Do not mistake the absence of pain for the presence of health. Many of the most important age-related declines develop quietly for years before they become impossible to overlook. Waiting until symptoms appear often means you've already lost valuable time before you leave. Think about this. What if one overlooked habit performed every single morning is silently accelerating biological aging in millions of older Americans? Even among those who exercise regularly? That's exactly what we'll uncover in the next chapter. If this video helped you see aging in a completely different way, please take a moment to like and share it with friends and family who deserve to stay strong and independent for as long as possible. Your share could genuinely change someone's future. And if you want more science-backed insights, practical strategies, and surprising discoveries about healthy aging after 60, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next.